Welcome to Shri and Kira Live, the voice of passionate action, bringing fresh perspectives and timeless wisdom for today's shifting paradigm. Now, it is your moment to open your mind, relax into your body and spirit as we explore the greater meaning of your now experience. Bringing wisdom, laughter, and clarity, here are Shri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to the voice of passionate action. I am wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka.
And I am Master Lady Kira Ra. And Sri, I'm going to ask you to work on the glitter going on here with our green screen. What an amazing day. Hey, we are broadcasting at 5 after the hour. Fascinating energy going on. You can tell we're going into that retrograde. It's already got its pull, right? You feel it. And so I'm going to ask my husband to move to the side, as I am too, because this is what's going on this week. You see this adorable little kitten, but the soul mirror is the lion. And I am the angel of our divine mastery, holding it all together. And it is the moment. We are here now, and together we are soaring. Today is a powerful show. It's a show that's saying, look, you know, it's all here. It's all now because it's you, right? You, the kitten, plus you, the lion, is the harmony of the key, the angelic I am presence of the right now. And this is that moment, that smile. When we arrive, it is that recognition of the you are as I am. Seeing in motion the divine energy of the incredible divine directors and soulmate that reminds us that when we only see our highest expression, then we are indeed holding it for others. And as we hold it for all, I'm going to need that just closed, Tree. Yeah, and as we hold that for all, we are indeed ready. Now, my poor beloved husband, let's all just put our arms around him like I'm doing right now. We are not at BBS Radio today, so you just need to know that, because our vibration is spiking so high that all of these components, and this is not an advertisement, are Mac. And we have a
PC we use for the call board for BBS.
Literally, that's all we use it for. And the whole computer can't handle the energy right now. It is doing some fascinating things.
Yeah. It's one of those wondrous things where you type in something and it takes 60 seconds and then the letters appear.
And we don't need to even go down there, right? All we need to know is, do you feel your crown chakra? Because I feel mine.
Yes.
We are heading into the power of self-reflection, the power of soul mirroring. So today, we've just got that one call board, which means we can only squeeze in about 100 of you to get in the queue. So there it is, 517-208-1500, 517-208-1500. Get into that call board. That is the only call board for today's show. Our apologies. It's definitely on our end.
So, beloved ones, wow, here we are.
Yeah, I am. I'm just liking this, right? There's
I am a lion.
Little kitty lion, right? You know, with the big angelic presence, because that's really what this is about right now. It's the I am moment. And Shri, I really want to dive into this because this January, and you guys, as you're gazing at this, we all know, let's go ahead and let's put up that up-level calendar for January. We all know that here we are in January right now, and we are in the experience of our ascended consciousness. So in the experience of our ascended consciousness, we have been adapting to this concentric dimensionality, to spiral time, to inviting ourselves to go beyond in the energy of this incredible sharing right at the top here, which is what we were just talking about. Imagine a world where with every breath and in every moment, you only saw each being as the highest potential of their being for this lifetime. And that is how this year began. It is an experience year it's a choice year. We're in an experience month, and the Ascended Numerology for the month itself is calling us to balance. So look at this week. Here we are on Sunday the 24th. We have two massive experiences. And I think part of why our energy's up leveling so much is that the first one's coming on the 28th, this Thursday, and the second one is Saturday. It's when that Mercury retrograde is going to begin. And remember that Mercury retrograde is either going to remind, meaning for those that are really living in density, it's going to really anchor the mind energy. And for those that are ready, it's going to free. It's going to remind or free mind. Remind or free mind. And that is this week's tussle. See, in the middle of this week, look at how unique. This is the single most unique moment in this week. Look at the 26th, 27th, 28th, those 3 days. And we're going to have a massive soul mirrors experience to kick this off Tuesday night. So you want to be there. That 26th, 27th, that comes together that night before we hit the peak full moon is a moment where our 9th dimensional, 7th dimensional presence actually is sending breath back in time to the 13th, to that illuminated new moon event, where it's going to spiral right back out again and hit us on the full moon. So the night before the full moon, your sacred intention matters. This month, it's actually been about the Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, the Wednesdays.
It's been about the Wednesdays, and this Wednesday is no exception. And so you're going to want to be with us in Soul Mirrors Tuesday night when we give you a lot more information about that, because we're already moving into it, guys. It's coming, this Mercury retrograde, and that Mercury retrograde energy, that free your mind or remind, is taking us through March. This is going to go all the way up, and it's going to culminate, the post period is going to culminate right before the equinox. We are in that moment right now. We are already jumping into the equinox. So feel that, kitty cat lion angel, kitty cat lion angel, because, drum roll please. And I'm doing the drum roll on my copy of The Secret Doctrine, which we're going to talk about a little later. Shri, let's tell them what's happening with WWAglobal.com.
Whoa, whoa.
Drum rolls.
So, carrying forward from the I am a lion, and this energy, the thing that was really striking me as I looked at the calendar was that we are able to be connected to more than one point of time so easily that we are feeling the push me pull you of the timelines. And so WWA Global is indeed that opportunity for you to join in and lend your energy and be part of something fantastic in the way of up-leveling.
Just write this down right now. W, got that one? W, there's another one. A, global, all one word. It is one world too. WWAglobal.com. Write it down. Go ahead. Get there. Tomorrow at noon Pacific time, we launch. And the virtual expo really begins tomorrow. And so get in there, go see. I don't want to take up any more time with it, but Tuesday night, we are going to be sharing so much more. And it's in the energy of that full moon. When I was just sharing with you, that moon, that three, and it feels like 3 moons, doesn't it? That Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when it's all coming together, because it's about you and it's about you. It's about this divine energy within. The divine key to now is the absolute owning that you are as I am. That the I am essence is in the energy of it all. And in this week, as that Mercury retrograde is going, okay, which aspect is being empowered this week? Which one, right? This is the week where it's about saying yes to self-reflection. It's about saying yes to self-mirroring. And it's about really living the walk through the yoga of self-ascension. And at the heartbeat of that walk is the Avesa energy. And that's really what's happening this week, is the heartbeat of Avesa is birthing. And I'm going to show that to you on the astrology or on the numerology in just a moment.
There's an awful lot that's been shared here, and I just want to pause for a moment and just allow us to tune in, because we are at a dynamic time. A time where the energies are pulling at our heart. The Avesa heartbeat is just there. A time when our crown chakras are opening to a grander flow, and the swimming concentric dimensionality is aligning our consciousness and our recognition of that which we previously would have ignored.
Right.
So consider all of this intersection of that's happening, and have a little mercy on yourself, on us, on the world, on everything, because we are
on your computers.
we're all realigning.
We are. That's energy one. Bingo.
And in the realignment and the realigning, we are up leveling because, hey, if we were regressing, you already know how to do it. You can go back to kindergarten and you know the rules, and it's time for nap and you take your nap.
Right.
Okay, but we are up leveling, which means that thinker part of you doesn't really know the rules. It has to trust the soul's mastery. And that journey of trust brings us right to this moment of saying, I am okay, and I choose to trust this journey. And wow, what a ride, what an experience, what an opportunity for consciousness.
And feel your crown chakra. I mean, I'm just, the energy today is so profoundly crown chakra. And this is because you are already time surfing ahead to this equinox.
Yes.
This equinox matters. And let's jump up. I want to show you because so much has happened today, and so much is happening today. It was one of those days where I do want to give a shout out to Bria Rose. Here in Ecuador, we are getting close to our presidential election, which is coming up in early February. Yeah. And we are very excited where we live that there is an Indigenous candidate. And so we're just very excited for him, and also love the fact that his flag is the rainbow. I mean, you just got to love that so much because that's always been the sign of the Indigenous, the rainbow flag. And so today, as Bria and I were putting those flags up out on our driveway, it was one of those mornings where you woke up and you could just feel the energy. And because we live in an Indigenous community, people were driving by and waving at Bria and I and honking their horns, and Yaku, that's his name. So it was just really a beautiful moment of feeling our enlightenment and saying, you know, this is a moment where we're celebrating the all and loving that the Indigenous flag is the rainbow. That there has always been this sense of we are one. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of moment this week is. It's the moment that's pulling us forward and saying the impossible is possible. And that this consciousness is going to really get you through. And so, Shri, I really want to dive into the fact that this is that moment where it's not just about the heart. It's about the heart and the mind unifying into the spirit. And I want to show the flows again. Let's see if I can grab those. The 2021, this concentric dimensionality, because this is so important. So here we are. Remember that the 2021 energy flow it's literally saying, I am here as spiral time ignition. And so you notice how can that happen? Well, the spiral time ignition happens inside of concentric dimensionality. So we are in a moment of concentric dimensionality. What does that mean? It means that we have in really given ourselves the gift of opening that beautiful 0 point energy field within the Taurus field. And that's what's down in the bottom there. And the reason this is so important to share and so important to understand is that if you are clinging to the linear experience, especially this week, look, you see that open eye in the middle there? That open eye is all about, and if you look down at the bottom of the text, I'll just read it to you. 2021 is calling forward spiral time as a Taurus field of concentric dimensionality. Now, that's a whole year's worth of teaching, and that's what we're going to be learning all this year, right? This energy is seen above as the 12 cycles. Those are the what we're seeing as months, right? But they're cycles this year. They're very complete cycles. So they're 12 cycles that will concentrically affect the yearly energy. And this is why this moment is so important, because this is the very first time this year that we are going to go from January concentrically to February. February, you see how this is working this year? It's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So this is the first and broadest loop that's happening. And so those 12 cycles that will concentrically affect the yearly energy ignite that center eye. The center of the field is the 0 point ignition of creation. And that's why this is such an incredible moment, because we're entering in to the first concentric experience, conscious concentric experience of the January, February, we're entering into it knowing that it is going to anchor with a Mercury retrograde. This is what's so mind-blowing, that we actually have overlapping dates between January and February that you'll see next week when we show you the February up-level calendar. If you want to see it now, get the calendar. It's at SriandKira.com. So this is a moment where you've got that three-day cycle of the full moon, and 2 days later, we are going right into a remind or free mind retrograde.
Ooh, there's a magic phrase.
It
I
really
love
is.
this.
And it's all crown, guys. Wow. Yeah.
And we'll be talking more about that in the next exploration. However, just take that in for a minute, because to free mind is an expansion.
Right.
And sometimes our expansions come forward based upon a friction or a seeming obstacle. Just as last year was the first year where fear really could be a springboard and ascension symptom.
Actually was one of two overarching, and it's still this year. Remember, that was for both years.
Yep. It's flowing in as we come into this mirror of 2021, that we are in that springboard energy. And so think about how an open mind, a free mind, can occur as a result of a seeming constriction. Just be there. Because the retrograde often brings forward seeming constrictions.
For those who are going to in the remind, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because here's the key. The gift of the remind is that it will offer all. Remember, both of those energies exist in all dimensional experiences. So in the frequency of the remind, for those that are living in the third dimension, it's going to very much be for them an affirmation of all that they believe. And in the free mind energy, they'll be able to really create through that. So remember, this happens at every level. In the consciousness, in the expanded consciousness, the remind is actually going to be more of a smile that assists us to remember and to stay even more awake, to be able to be the lion instead of the kitten, to say, yeah, I get it. I've done the work. And in the lion, the I am ignites the angelic presence. And so the remind is the remembrance, and the free mind is the standing up that says, I am not going to invite fear or doubt or blame or anger or guilt. I am.
There it
Period.
is. There it is.
And you are as I am. And therefore, as we come and complete, imagine the first cycle of the 12 is already completing. Imagine we're going to be blinking our eyes and it will be 2022. And so the gift of this moment is our conscious awareness of the you and the you, of the limitless nature of that which you are expressing, and of the awakened sense of consciousness that is meeting it. You know, years ago, Sri and I put out a course called Ascended Sanity, and it's in our home study programs. Grab it if you haven't seen it. We do plan on upgrading that program probably next year, because it's still so important. At the end of the day, remember that to those who are asleep, you will always be crazy. Seriously.
It's true.
Because you cannot you cannot even begin to understand what you cannot comprehend. Did you hear me? You cannot understand what you cannot even comprehend. And so when you are awake and the smile comes forward and you own, forgive them, they know not what they do, love them, they know not what they do, and you are able to hold that as a mother, father would a child, then you are able to be in that free mind where the inspiration is inviting you to expand exponentially. That's the moment at hand for February, because it's, the wax on, wax off moment. January, February are going to be that first that will really help that Taurus field and the eye stay open. So which eye is you? What is your soul mirror reflecting? And are you ready to say yes to being the healer, mentor, teacher? Letting go of anything that would stop you, especially what's left of the brain.
To be able to say I am, and to bring your consciousness into alignment with I am, allows for recognition of the greater isness.
Right.
When we are not anchored in the I am, then we're anchored in the polarities, and we're anchored in the positionalities that have opponents. And the opposing positions, the opposing points of view, either are you're using them to gather validation, or you're using them to confront, your perspectives on. Versus the I am is not only a recognition of your sovereignty, it also recognizes the divine essence operating throughout.
Yes. Absolutely.
So with I am
Absolutely.
comes a greater understanding of it is.
Right. It is, therefore
Others
I am.
others are. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful teaching and recognition to anchor. And every lion has a kitten, and every kitten has a lion. The question is, what level of integration are you bringing forward, and are you ready to fully align with I am?
Well, it brings us to an email. And remember, you can all send us emails. We have quite a few here. And the one I want to read right now has been here, actually was sent to us on January 10th. And a beautiful email from Randy that really is modeling that. So may I read?
Please.
Okay,
sure.
so this is from Randy. Subject line, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, Randy, we're shouting that run right back out to you. All right, Shri and Kira. Look, before I get carried away and write a novel, I would once again, with sincere gratitude, thank you from the bottom of my ascended heart for all your guidance and teaching. It has helped me tremendously on my journey, every aspect of it. I have been following 4 of your broadcasts for a while now, and I never miss any of them. It does seem to bring solace and peace to my world. And I will admit, with every broadcast, if you listen closely, you will always hear a tear fall. Silent, of course, originating from my heart. I was asleep and lost within the illusion most of my life. And then at age 59, was awakened to the phenomena of twin flames. I have been traveling for 2 years now. How beautiful. And it has been most rewarding time of this incarnation, sending me on a path of new discoveries and search for self. I have stepped out of my comfort zone, and I continue, knowing that the divine has got my back, and all is in divine order. I keep my eyes on the divine 24/7, and it has turned out to be a way of life for me now. Just like my drastic diet change, along with a 24-hour fast each day. I do tend to ramble on a bit now and again, but that is the writer within. And guidance always seems to propel my words hitting the page. So I would like to ask, and I hope it is not too forward of me, but if Archangel Michael is around, and about if he would have an update on my twin flame journey for me, sending a heart full of love in your direction, Randy. I think we all just need to send a heart full of love in Randy's direction right now, first and foremost. Randy, your email, we have so many emails, so thank you. I'm sorry it took almost 2 weeks to get it on the air. But what I'm sensing is that during those 2 weeks, your journey's even been getting more rich and that things have been expanding even more. And Shri, would you like to share anything before I jump in?
The only thing I want to share is trust your journey.
Yes.
Because everything is in divine timing. And age doesn't matter. Occupation, none of that stuff matters. What matters is this moment, I am awake to the blessing. And I'm choosing to listen inwardly.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
You are really, really doing it. And Randy, my heart was smiling that, today we have this huge archangelic presence in the I am and the empowered enlightenment. And it's so beautiful because as you asked Archangel Michael, what I heard was, but we're all here. It's like, yes. Okay, Michael's here. And so are all these others that are around you. And they're saying that in the energy of that which would be the twin flame, expand now into the twin soul that is carefully illuminating. And they're saying, remember that you are both the kitten and the lion. And in this moment, the wings of love are carrying you. And that you and the beloved are getting ready. It's like I'm feeling this huge like Kundalini up level. And this has been happening with that ascended Kundalini that Shri and I have been navigating quite a bit. The reverse aging is escalating. The re-upping is in front of us all. And so what they want you to hear is that in this moment, gaze into each other's eyes and decide, where do you really want to take this? Because it's in front of you. And so it is.
Much love to you.
We love you so much, Randy. You know, this is the heartbeat of Avesa.
Yes.
This is, you know, one of the things that Shri and I really had put back in front of us in the past 24 hours that we want to share with you is that part of this you plus you, that secret to opening it all up right now, is the activation of that heartbeat. And I want to quick show the Ascended Numerology because it's just screaming at us. It's saying, hey, here I am. And so as we look at the January Ascended Numerology, look down at the bottom there, all right? We've already hit that illuminated new moon that put us into the 12. That means we are sitting in our star consciousness. So remember that January 2021, this entire month is about our high heart. It's the heartbeat of Avesa. That is the high heart. And if you look at the 9 as and plus the infinite, we are being pulled into this massive up level of high heart energy. And we were there. We stayed there when we got there. January 21, 2021, there it was. We were in 9 plus the infinite. And then during that peak up level, that first Wednesday experience, we went to star consciousness. And then where did we go? We immediately went right back to our root chakra on the 14th. Remember, we had those 2 right in a row because that was that pre-phase. Well, now we are getting ready. We've been in that 4 again, and we were in there every single month. Remember, last year was a trampoline on the root chakra,
yeah, 4,
right?
4,
it was
meaning
4.
Where are you going to foundationize?
Right, foundation, balance, being, foundation, balance, being in a month that's all about your Avesa heart. Foundation, balance, being, and on that full moon coming up later this week, we're going to bounce the root again, but this time it's going to kick us straight out and leave us out in that beautiful infinite presence until February 1. This is why this week is so powerful. This is why we're coming into that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday energy that's going to pull us right back into the infinite, and we're not coming back in until February 1. And I'm excited about that opportunity because it's massive.
Yeah. You know, and I just love the numerological representation of what we have been experiencing, because I'm sure many of you can relate to having opened up a greater soul recognition, having opened up greater trust in the divine and your star consciousness available. And then, boom.
Right? And it's usually because of what? Doubt, fear, blame, guilt, anger. Something happens and it goes boom.
It goes boom, which is a call to foundationalize your spiritual trust.
Yes.
As we bring our spiritual trust into this body of form, as we bring the spiritual alignment into our density vehicle, we up-level the vehicle, thus health improvements, reverse aging, and all the benefits that can happen as the vehicle receives more divine love. And we recontextualize our very world. And this is where a lot of people start running into the teeter-totter and the falter, because the spiritual energy just won't support a lot of BS.
Oh, it won't. And actually, the more you expand, even those that you may have enjoyed before, you won't be able to tolerate anything that isn't part of the instantaneous constant creation, which means it's harder to find those to be with.
Yeah, your circle of friends is going to get a little smaller. You may have a large circle of acquaintances. However,
until you find the others that understand you.
The key here is that as your frequency is leveled up, and as your tissues are illuminating more light, your light body's active, you're going to find that the worldly engagements that once were easy to lose yourself in become tiring and not so easy. It takes effort to stay there, which is a call to a choice.
Right? Now, think about the fact that this year, 2021, is the energy of that phoenix rising as like this dragon, this lion-headed dragon. And I want to read another email. This one came in from Nadia, and beautiful. And she sent us some pictures from Prague that I'm going to put up and let you see, because really a phenomenal email. And so I want to share that because,
Please.
Again, it's about that, what you're seeing, what you're saying yes to. And so here's Nadia's email, subject line, the Phoenix Rising.
Yes.
Namaste, beloved ones. I am sharing a photo of the Phoenix Rising and a portal opening over our mystical city of Prague. Boy, I hope you get there one day in person. As I was captivated by this scene being burst across the winter sky, I felt gratitude, and I held the awareness that this has been a hard-won peace, her inner peace. I was joking with the heavens that I was familiar with the dark night of the soul, but that this has been a dark night of the weeks. I had walked through it without resisting, letting the waves wash over me and dropping to my knees as many times as it was necessary in a single day. In the back of my heart, I held a perpetual whisper of a prayer. I surrender, but please, I need a breather. I need a break. As I stood before the Phoenix now, I knew that all that has happened in the past 2 weeks, and truly all that has happened in my entire life, has led me to this moment here now. As I stood before the Phoenix, I also knew that there may be another dark night of the soul in the future, and that it's okay. What matters is to keep having the courage to walk through the fire, to be burnt to the ashes and reborn.
There you go.
I send you infinite love, beloved Master Lady Kira Ra, and beloved wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka. And I want to show you, is that incredible?
Yeah.
I want to show you this incredible Phoenix Rising portal from the city of Prague, sent to us by beautiful Nadia. And so, do you guys see this? Let's see if I can, there you go. Check that out. All right. How crazy amazing is that?
Beautiful.
Is that gorgeous? And so, Nadia, thank you. Thank you for the reminder that we are all one. And, again, guys, I just want to share in the spirit of everything that everyone's sharing and everything that's happening and the worldwide things that are coming in. wwaglobal.com. Tomorrow, be there at noon Pacific time when we go live and the virtual expo begins. And I've got to give a massive shout out to Christopher Foltz over at sensymag.com. The genius behind this. So get ready, guys. Make a note. Noon Pacific time tomorrow. Check it out. Get registered. Be there. And hey, if you still want to get here live, if you still want to stay on site, we do have a couple beds available, whether you're right here or just right across at our cute little other hotel. Get here live because there's a lot of events you'll see that are only happening if you're here live.
Yeah, this March equinox is
crazy,
carrying a potency with it. And if you can participate ever more fully, meaning whether you're giving your attention through the virtual connection or you're here, which would be optimal, you will be rewarded with greater trust and consciousness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You always will be. And so with that in mind, Sri and I want to invite you to relax a little bit. So let's relax a little bit. And maybe let's take in that beautiful Avesa breath. We're going to go in through our nose, out. Knowing the I am, of that divine empowered alignment within. And we want to share a story with you that we've shared bits and pieces. And it was this morning when it actually was put in our face in a way that was so profoundly synergistically perfect that we realized we needed to share this story. Okay, so I didn't know. Shree's giving these hand signals. I have no idea what they mean. So you want me to start? Okay, So here we are. Forgive me, guys. I normally could pick those up better. So check this out. Do you even know what year it was when Avesa was birthed back on the planet? Was it 2004? We were living at Tosa Ranch, New Mexico.
4 or 5. And the reason I want Kira to share this is she was the first person. And then I will kick in. So please.
Okay, well, thank you. So hopefully you're settled in. So I had been called. I had been really missing India. I am so, my heritage of an Indian woman and my most recent lifetimes there and everything else, I was really missing it. And Sri knew that. And so I was dressed in a sari, and clearly heard that I needed to go spend some private time in our temple. And if you weren't familiar, there's pictures of it in some of our earlier books. My beautiful husband had built a 16-sided hard shell yurt. And so our temple was sitting inside the truth chakra, the lotus chakra of the 16 petals. And I had painted the inside of each wall of the temple as a lotus petal. So when you were in there, you were sitting in that. And we had crystal grids that were built into the walls, and there were crystal grids that were in the foundations. And I had shared with Sri that I'd probably see him in a day. I clearly got it was a 24-hour day of complete silence, checking out, just being in the temple all day. And it wasn't, I don't know, you know me, I'm terrible with time, guys. But it felt to me like it was like within a few hours, maybe less. And then later that afternoon, when I kind of was with Sri and was like, you know what, I need to talk about what just happened. And what had happened was that I was in the center of the temple, and I was focused into this beautiful Durga, who's my personal beautiful being that we rescued, literally, this deity bronze that we have. And I was asking for guidance because I couldn't understand why I was missing India so much, and why. I mean, I was crying for India, really crying for her, and in my own experience of that. And the next thing I know, there's a Russian woman sitting in front of me in the temple. And so I'm sitting up in the temple, and I'm in the middle of the temple, and the altar would have been in front of me, the main altar, and she was sitting right in front of the main altar. Very, very cute, hands at her lap, very stout, but very, like I really have it. I understand the Russian heart. So very, 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 very filled with that love that says, come on, I know who you are. You need to know who you are too. That kind of like, I'm not going to let you get away with being less than you are. And she started speaking to me in Russian, and I had no idea what she was saying. And so I asked her to please speak in a language I could understand. And she converted to English and told me that actually I understood Russian, that I understood all languages as we all do. And that it is only the filter of this world that stops us from understanding the universal essence of that which we are. And then she shared a lot with me that has transpired with Sri and I that I feel is very personal, and I don't feel I should share in this moment. But what she did share at the end of the day was, which is why I went to get Sri, is that we were being invited because of the yoga of self-ascension, because of having said yes to Archangel Zadkiel, and because of having been working with the Violet Ray and Saint Germain and all the other energies that were around us. We were being invited and asked if we would now bring the Avesa, if we would be the carriers of the Avesa energy. And that it would be a road that would be filled with many different perils, but that the world had achieved a moment of consciousness. There had been a collective decision by the masters. The last time the Avesa energy was on the planet was 1888, when the secret doctrine came out. And there had been a meeting of the masters that had come together and foresaw what was going to happen in the 19th century. And thereby, it's not that the Avesa energy went off the planet, it just went dormant. And she shared with me that as with the yoga of self-ascension, the last time the yoga of self-ascension was on the planet was during the time of Manly Hall, and then it very quietly was ensconced away again. And that if there became a time where the consciousness of the planet would reach the I am moment, meaning we have gone beyond that where we have gone before, that the heartbeat of Avesa, of Avesa, would ignite the wings of the divine masters. And would Sri and I be willing to do this? And that if not, and it was our choice. Mm-hmm. And if not, that there were others. You're never the only one. It's not because you're so special. It's just because it's your coagulated moment in this sequence of this parallel world of time, right? And so I brought it to Sri, and then he came back to the temple with me.
Sometimes when we are being offered a gift from the Ascended Ones, we don't fully understand.
And I really was in a sanity moment, and meaning that, when we always get to the borderlands of our sanity, I can say with all complete, I have not ever had a full-blown manifestation as profound as that one. Yeah. I have not had one ever since. That was the single most like I could reach out and touch her moment, like I was reading a hologram. Yeah. That intense.
Absolutely. And one of the most profound things that's happened in my life, and it began when I met Kira and Archangel Zadkiel came in.
That's why he's my sanity barometer.
And then with Madame Helena Blavatsky, is that the profundity, the clarity, and the love that was in the energy is not something you say maybe later. It's not something that you say no to. What we have to look at is, am I willing to stay the course? You know, if an angel says, I need you to drive to New York, and your car gets a flat tire on the way, do you fix it and keep driving, or do you call AAA and go home? And life's kind of like that when the opportunity to shepherd a frequency comes forward, we have to keep it alive in our heart. And then we share as we're able, as timing and as things line up, but it's kept alive. And I want to say that Avesa has been a teaching. It has been an energy frequency. It has been alive. We have been teaching it continuously since that time.
Yeah.
And we really feel that this year is time to heal the heart of humanity, that there's enough momentum for the awakening to carry the Avesa energy out and spread it widely, and as a way of supporting those that are coming into their multidimensional recognition. Because this was the piece I didn't fully understand back in 2005, was that this is a multidimensional initiation and healing.
It's a harmonic frequency.
It's a harmonic, yes. And that having studied many energy modalities and mastered
all of them. He's got you don't even want to know how many certificates we could hang.
And so I went through a period in my life where I investigated, and that's using that brain with some heart.
This is pre-K.
I investigated energy healing, and when Avesa came in, there was a quality to the energy that I couldn't wrap around it immediately. And I began to approach it from my more clinical mind. But when I began to actually accept the energy, the doors of perception opened wider, unlike any other training, quote unquote, that I had been in. This is not a technique. This is a vibratory, initiatory opportunity, the Avesa energy, that from which comes a healing.
And here's what's so great is I'm so grateful that my husband came. You know, it's like they made him for me. He showed up and he had all these modality trainings blow my mind away. Plus, he's like the world's most master-filled Avesa quantum medical intuitive there is on the planet. And what happened was that when the Avesa came in, and we were both Reiki masters. So when we came together, we both were already Reiki masters. So we were very aware of energy work and how to work it. Our first date was all about toning and bowls and, you know, all the things that crazy people like us do. And so when we had the blessing of this Avesa come through, and part of why I'm having to wear this shirt today, guys, you don't ever see me like this on the air. The heat, I can't stop. We are being filled with this up-level energy. And so the Avesa has been around. Our consciousness has arrived. And today, as we were preparing to be with you, and this was earlier today, it's been a really big day. So our day started with, for me, the blessing of being out on our street, putting up our rainbow flags and showing our solidarity. And then I had to get on the treadmill. I had to run, and being flooded with all of this information about this week, which carries that profound full moon, right? That Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday bridge, make a note, soul mirrors, 5:00, be there, be here with us, soul mirrors, this coming Tuesday night. The Wednesday night intention setting that needs to be a one-on-one, you and you. This week, well, it's this week and this month are really coming down to this Wednesday. It's going to be the you and you intentionality being set this Wednesday, and you need to do it you and you. It's your sacred private ceremony that we're not hosting a group thing. This is you. And be there Tuesday night, because we will offer you a 3-day window of incredible up level. And then we hit the Friday Remind Free Mind. Remind Free Mind. Take that one in. So as Shri and I were going through this morning, we came back together in our little apartment, and I had taken a moment, because I was honestly, and I'll just tell you guys the truth, and how many of you are noticing this is happening for you. I was so tired, and I've been what I call stress sick, because there's just been so much to do, and loving doing it. And that when we stay in that divine flow for such a long period of time, sometimes we forget until the body says, hey,
Take a rest.
You really do need to pay attention to me. And I am the first one on that train, because I have to admit, if I'm addicted to anything, it's the divine inspiration. It's the divine flow. It's crazy, incredible. And why would you not want to be in your divine manifest flow? So for me, my level of expansion is learning how to integrate that up level with this body without the body having to go, hey, right? So it was one of those hey moments. And I was sitting on our cute little couch and I looked over and I know this will sound really silly, but I have this, if I could only have so many books, what books would I own? Shelf. And then I have my other library, which is the rest of but I don't want to get rid of these either because I love books. But right in front of Sri and I all the time are the 2 volumes of Avesa Unveiled, which is Blavatsky's first 2 masterworks, and volumes 1 and 2 of The Secret Doctrine. And you can see I'm even using an emery board because it was that was handy. That's what was handy to mark. And I was so funny because I was sitting there and I clearly heard pick up volume 1 and I was going to go for Isis Unveiled and I heard, why would you waste your time? I was like, okay. And then it hit me. I was like, whoa, this past week has been Saint Germain big time. Sri and I announced, and I pray you'll be with us, the I Am discourses. Sri and I are going to be unlocking those keys. That's part of Monday Magic. That's why you want to be with Monday Magic now, because what we are learning at Monday Magic now will prepare us for then. And as I'm looking over and I'm hearing, why would you waste your time? Pick up volume 1, page 1. And I was thinking to myself, yes, I am. Oh, that would bring me so much joy to just sit and read and be. And then, Sri, do we have the pictures? Then I opened the book and saw this. Where are they at?
Right up
Oh, there it is. This was on the very first page.
Yes.
And so this is actually, and I'm going to show you the book in a moment, but you got to love it right there in the middle. There is no religion higher than truth.
Yeah, let's repeat that.
Right? There is no religion higher than truth. And I sat there and this was actually right before Sri came in. And you have no idea that it pulled me right in because it is a challenge to stay consistent no matter what in a world where it absolutely does not want you to be. Yeah. Right? And then I just want to show you all right here in real time, right? So there is Helena. And when she appeared to me, her hair was not like that. It was long. It was very thick, very bushy, but it was long. It wasn't tied up. And she was wearing more of like what I would call a very dark violet color, like a shirt dress, but it was more like a dress. But here it is. And I love that Blavatsky put it in. Look at that. Is that stunning? Is that stunning? Is that stunning? And you know where it took me immediately was, I love it.
Here, let me get, I'm
That's where
going to
it
show
took
you the
me.
book and we'll activate.
Okay, so there it is. That's what I was just showing you again right here because I
did
had
take
Sri.
a picture of it.
I had Sri take. I love this, but I realized that it's because we're bringing Avesa back.
Yeah. I
was like, but of course, this is what. Wow. Okay, Sri, can we switch to our other camera?
Oh, hang on.
Okay, but this is, and we do have a backup camera. This is indicative of what's happening, guys, because look at the background. It's not about us. There it is, right? It's about you and the heartbeat of Avesa. And I heard her talking to me, and then I not only do I love reading and touching real books, I then went. And I love this. I want to read to you. This is just her little, little dedication. So here's what it is, all right? This work I dedicate to all true theosophists in every country and of every race, for they called it forth, and for them it was recorded. And my heart was like, thank you, Helena. Thank you. Because that is exactly what the archangelic realm, the ascended masters, the divine directors, the cosmic Esina, all of them have been saying in all of the ensoulments that we are here now because collectively we asked for that information to be here now. Yeah. And that when we come together, we are better and we are the ones co-creating this. And this is the moment. And this is why Sri and I have been like driven that this is the year that the Avesa not only is really coming out on the planet, is being up-leveled, the harmonies are coming together, because we are at a time where the heartbeat of the Avesa will anchor that higher experience and keep us in this level of consciousness. Right?
Yeah. You know, it's very important that we consciously breathe as we allow the truth of what's being shared to come into our field of recognition.
Yes.
So often we lead with the mind and try to figure out the words rather than feel with the heart and allow the mind to catch up later. Mm-hmm. And so Avesa, which is a recognition of the infinite. This is so simple and so profound in its essence, because Ave is simply the recognition with respect of,
exactly.
of the grandeur of the infinite, as in Ave Maria, hail to Maria, hail to the energy of that beauty
and it's the
and purity.
In-breath. It's the in-breath it's the in-breath of the infinite spirit saying to the body, hello, we are one. It's the in-breath that begins the animation of the body.
And so to breathe in with that consciousness is to say, I am witnessing the divine.
Fifth dimension, instant fifth dimension, right? Lifting your consciousness.
And to witness with love and respect the divine prana, the divine energy as we accept it in.
And then
Saw is the surrender to that very divine. It is, I have no resistance.
Saw is the I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. This is why so many beautiful beings are saying that they are, you know, I don't believe in any God, right? I don't believe in anything. I'm an atheist. Well, you know what? Yes. To get outside of dogma, of course you're an atheist. That goes without saying. However, to limit yourself is what the word atheist does to you. So yes, you are outside of the dogma and in every single way. And I want to read, if you don't mind, this is just from the preface. And I just want to read two things here because I felt that they were so incredibly powerful. And one of them is just really, really fabulous. And so, Sri, may I read these two?
Please do.
Okay, and the one,
spot.
I'm going to find this one spot that's really important because it's this moment. It's the WWA Global moment. It's what Blavatsky was doing. And remember, this was written in London, 1888 London. So a lot had not been revealed in the physical world yet she was aware that it was coming. So I'd like to read this. All right. The writer, which is herself, is fully prepared to take all the responsibility for what is contained in this work, even to face the charge of having invented the whole of it. I just want to stop there and say thank you, right? What I have read, ever since Blavatsky appeared before me and everything that came in, of course, I wanted to learn as much as I could. This woman was targeted. She was projected upon. She had everything.
Put up with a lot of abuse.
She did not have a charmed life at all. Plus, her physical body could not understand what was happening because it was so much harder to carry a physical body when the consciousness of the planet was what it was. And she still did it. And if you've ever connected with Isis Unveiled or this one, The Secret Doctrine, there is no way anybody can make this up. Just done. All right? Especially given that this one was written in 1888. So here's what I want to continue. That it has many shortcomings, she is fully aware. All that she claims for is that, romantic as it may seem to many, its logical coherence, its logical coherence and consistency entitle this new Genesis to rank at any rate on a level with the working hypotheses so freely accepted by modern science. Further, it claims consideration, not by reason of any appeal to dogmatic authority, but because it closely adheres to nature and follows the rules and the laws of uniformity and analogy. The aim of this work must thus be stated to show that nature is not a, quote, fortuitous concurrence of atoms, and to assign to man his rightful place in the scheme of the universe, to rescue from degradation the archaic truths that are the basis of all religions, and to uncover to some extent the fundamental unity from which they all spring. Finally, to show that the mystical side of nature has never been approached by the science of modern civilization. If this in any degree accomplished, the writer is content. It is written in the service of humanity, and by humanity and future generations, it must be judged. Its author recognizes no inferior court of appeal. Abuse, she's accustomed. Calamity, it's her daily acquaintance. And at slander, she smiles in silent contempt. De minimis non cura le. I do not have time for the frivolous, or the law does not have time for the frivolous, the universal law. I wanted to share this with you because this woman in 1888 was championing the energy of balance. And she was absolutely attacked in every aspect of who she was because of it. And she still did it. Yeah. She did it for all of us that are here now. Just like Shri and I announced the other day, this is the moment of all the great books. This is another, the book.
All right.
Right? This is the one, the manifested book that we are going to be teaching from this exact book starting in April. And so you want to make sure you're part of Monday Magic. This is that Avesa moment. It is about you plus you. It is saying yes. It is about saying the kitten is the lion or the lion is the kitten. But when we ignite the wings of our I am mastery presence, we are able to solve that which seems unsolvable.
Mm-hmm. To solve that which seems unsolvable is to live the miracle of your truth.
Yes.
We are miracle manifestors.
Yes, we are.
Because we are a miracle.
And one of the gifts, this is one of the things is that when Shri and I were trying to buy Tosa Ranch, we had that whole deal go sideways. We were moving down, from up near the Boulder there in Colorado, moving everything down in a container, in a moving van.
Yeah.
We're there with our Great Dane in the back seat, right? Remember that Apollo's in the back seat? And we show up and we're being told, oh yeah, this deal's dead. It's like, wait a minute. And then they're telling us $800 a day to keep our furniture in storage. And we have no place to live. We check into a bed and breakfast, have been literally told that because we were buying too much land that at the very last minute they realized, oh no, we only loan up to 5 acres.
The mortgage company pulled out.
Yeah. We had 25 acres and they're like, oh no, we're only mortgaging up to 5. So long story short, we asked the current owner and we asked for guidance and it was Zodkill, right?
Yeah.
Zodkill came in and taught us the miracle manifestation technique, told us exactly what to do. We got our realtor to get the owners who really didn't want to let us onto the property. We weren't allowed to go in the house. We didn't care. We knew exactly where we were going. We went right to one of the light portals that we had identified, did everything Zodkill shared with us. And it was the next morning. We got one night in a lovely B&B, and then the next morning, tell them what happened.
Well, next morning we got the call that suddenly another mortgage...
A mortgage lender out of anywhere would love the loan.
Yeah, they're saying, oh, it's been you're pre-qualified, all the inspections have been done, this is a done deal, and of course we'll loan to you, versus nothing.
And that happened literally overnight. And the current owners were like completely stunned and shocked. And this is the power of the law of instantaneous manifestation, that rather than freak out, we found a lovely B&B, we checked in, and we went into divine communion. We actually had an ensoulment. Yeah. And that's when the miracle manifestation technique came forward. That's when the container practice came forward.
And this is an example of how often a speed bump is a launch.
These two practices, the miracle manifestation technique and the incredible container practice, have been the foundation of living the yoga of self-ascension. And today we have a very special little moment for you here. It's only about a 4.5-minute film. Shri and I will be right back. But what we want to do is invite you to connect with the energy of the container practice. Here at Tosa Blue Mountain, we have had several world containers. We had an incredible one in Uruguay, of course, the original one at Tosa Blue Mountain, New Mexico, incredible, authentic ones, also Mayan containers in Guatemala. And it's fascinating that our final big kahuna, largest one we've ever had, is an authentic, antique, artifact Incan container that the only reason it was left was because it was broken and the people figured it had no value. And it turned out to be exactly the container that's been waiting to be the world container.
Another little lesson, that which has been bruised has great value.
Indeed. And so we want to teach you this practice because this is a time where you want to be using it. We're also going to introduce you to the living ankh practice. And remember, all of these practices are yours to get. There's no cost. There's no nothing other than go to SriandKira.com. So it's the cost of typing that in, SRIANDKira.com. Right across the top where you see Yoga of Self-Ascension, if you just click on that, all these practices will come forward. And so we're going to give you a moment to attune to these practices. And when we come back, we've got a lot of show to go, including we're going to start taking your calls. So stay with us and watch and receive.
We'll be right back.
Namaste. We're here in gorgeous day and beloved Tosa Blue Mountains, and we're here for container practice. This practice is wonderful if you would like to refresh your energy, or if you'd like to clear the unwanted energy. And this is 3 of us, we will demo it for you.
This is the beautiful, original, authentic Incan sacred container at Tosa Blue Mountain.
Okay, when we start doing container practice, you don't want to do it by yourself, you don't want to do it alone. So you extend in your left hand and you're receiving pure white light in your left hand. It's all about balance, giving and receiving. So you're receiving pure white light. After that, you extend in your right hand, let me turn, and you go through every single chakra, your energy centers, from the top of your head to your root chakra. And you're collecting all the energy that's no longer serving you. And you're wrapping it with love and you're sending it to the container. And we will be doing it together. This deep breath. Thank you. I love you. Go through every single energy center of you, collecting everything that's no longer serving you. With the love. To the container. You might send it forward because it will find the way to the container. Okay, let's do it again. With the love, anything was no longer serving me, anything was less than love, I'll let it go. With the love, collect, go through every single energy center, go to root chakra, to the container. Awesome. Absolutely amazing. Definitely feel lighter. And if you're a caregiver or if you're a practitioner, you want to do it in between the clients as well. Or you can do it as much as you need during the day. You had a conversation, it was harsh. This will love to the container. And this is the container practice.
Hey everybody, I'm Bria Rose.
I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Kyla Rana.
And we're going to show you the living ankh practice, and this is something we use very often here. It's great for lifting your energy while also just assuring your body that you're safe and you're safe to lift. So Kyla Rana is going to lead us in the living ankh practice.
This is wonderful practice. Anytime you have to find its center, you feel like you're losing your center, you're losing the sense of stability, it's wonderful practice. And that practice is very unique because you don't have to send anything to the earth, you don't have to grow roots in the earth, but also you got deep grounding in the same time. So when we're doing living ankh practice, it's most wonderful, uplifting, centering, stabilizing practice. So you're starting with standing on your feet, on your shoulder raised. Make sure you're comfortable. And right here it's wonderful because I am in the beautiful Tosa ground. I can feel it. and you visualize the beautiful ball of golden light under your right foot. You're standing on the ball of golden light of your right. Namaste.
Wow. Well, welcome back. And I'm hoping that you have taken the opportunity to clear yourself using that container practice. And hey, get to ShriandKira.com. Little teaser there. You want to learn how to do that beautiful living on practice. And I want to, Shri, before we go any further, I just want to give a shout out to our beautiful residential queens that live here. You beautiful, gorgeous ones. My goodness gracious. The beautiful, the one, the only Bria Rose. Let's hear it for her. I'm sure you guys are all giving her that, which she deserves richly there in the chat room, I hope. And Kyla, wow. All right, guys, am I not the only one seeing like this incredible, beautiful, like, hello, young woman birthing out of this incredible Russian goddess? And yes, you could hear that. I do want to take one moment before I acknowledge our other beautiful being there, that Masha, today when Blavatsky was there, she actually gave me a message for you. And that was another part of the affirmation. There's a lot more that's going to be transcending with this reacquaintance with the Avesa Blavatsky energy coming through. Wow. Thank you for being here, Masha. Thank you for hearing that call. And then, of course, all the way from New Zealand, living here now full-time in the River House, the keeper of our Amazon, is, of course, Jeanette, who is also the keeper of our kitchen. And so thank you, three beautiful ones, for taking the time to really guide us all in those practices. And hey, here's my challenge to you guys. Let's get more of these, right? All of you in the chat, don't you agree? We need more of these. Come on, let's find some more. Let me know. Shri and I would love to jump in. Let's get some more of these practices on film and populate those over at ShriandKira.com. Now, hey, we're going to run over those phone lines in just a minute, but remember, we only have one bank today, so get in there. 517-208-1500. 517-208-1500. You do get to listen to the show while you're on hold, and we're going to be getting back to you quickly. But Shri, how are you feeling? I'm feeling that Avesa heartbeat. I'm feeling that lion. I'm feeling the I am. I'm feeling that Mercury retrograde, right? That's this Friday.
It is indeed. And you know, one of the things that I just really desire to impart is that this is no time to be shy.
Right?
You know, we talk about the alignment, the lioness, the rise of the divine feminine. We have been speaking to these essential ingredients of empowerment for the last many months.
I love that.
And these ingredients of empowerments are truth nuggets, that truth lenses, truth aspects, maybe is the closest one, of who you are. And that we, humanity, is in the great habit of having been less than, in the great habit of having embraced victimhood, in the great habit of believing there is something wrong with me. The universal life script, the universal negative belief, there is something wrong with me, permeates society and consciousness until until you say no more.
Enough.
This is not true about me. This is simply a programmed lens that I unwittingly adopted, and now I am dismantling that lens, that belief. And that is the empowered mastery coming forward, knowing there is something right with me. There is something beautiful with me. Yeah. I'm not the original sin. I am the original blessing. And I am here now to radiate healing and assist the heart of humanity to find its footing in the greater truth of I am.
Go Shri.
And we are.
Shri.
And that's how we heal the world. We do not need to change anything. We need to be what is already manifest, pure, healthy, and true. And it's here now.
And if not now, when?
It is here. It is you. It is now.
I mean, it's just, it's so freaking funny to me, guys. I got to share with you that You know, Shri and I recently are really being blessed to be popped out of our little bubble. And I'm loving it. And it's really, we're really up-leveling, expanding too. And I'm very excited about everything that's coming forward. And what's so beautiful about it is that we're in a witnessing moment where what we're soul mirroring is we're having the blessing of having this beautiful communication building with these incredible beings that are also up leveling and are saying, wait a minute, I'm willing to see what's going on here too. And so it's like we're meeting outside of all of our bubbles in a new mirror. and we're creating, and we're inspiring, and we're creating miracles. And this past weekend, I just want to say with all my heart and soul was the most flawless manifestation of a miracle ever with what's happening at wwaglobal.com. Did you write that down? wwaglobal.com. You have got to freaking be there. What's happening is out of control, guys. Help us get the word out. We really need the grassroots. This moment is big. It's so big that my Shri broke out the feather earring. Wait, how do we, do I have something that I can put against it that's dark? So, here it is, our book, Sacred Union, our book cover. Here we go. All right, there we go. No, here we go. Why not use our book cover? All right, so there we are. Turn a little bit. Can you kind of see it right there? Kind of. There's some white. Anyway,
okay.
There's so much happening on the 30th. So make a note, guys, because this is no accident. We have been invited. I'm getting breathless talking about it. I'm really getting breathless, guys, because on that Mercury retrograde day, oh my God, it's like really hitting me. Did it really hit you?
Mm-hmm.
On that Saturday.
No accident.
No accident. While we are still in that full moon experience, remember, it's always 3 before, 3 after, which is the culminating day. We were invited into the deep Kanyari territory. And we are so blessed that our dear friend Edwin, we had said to him, hey, we've had this invitation. Here's the 2 days we are available. Well, the only one that really worked was January 30th. And we took it without even conscious recognition of the power of that date. And so my beloved Sri Ramka, myself, our dear friend Edwin, lots of you know, he picks you up at the airport, and our beloved Bria Rose, as a trinity, has to be a trinity, we are walking into the beautiful blessing of our Kanyari elders, meeting more of the incredible community up there. We are having no idea what's going to happen that day, other than they have accepted us as the keepers of the mountain. They say that the mountain calls in its keepers. And this mountain was dying. We have been able to save the little bit that's left. And I would buy every bit around it if I could, because it was dying. And so they, in honor of us becoming the keepers of this mountain, would like to introduce us to their mountain. Yeah. And I don't know about you, Shri, but I'm actually having a hard time breathing.
It's amazing because
this is like big stuff, guys.
Alexander's family have been the guardians of this mountain,
right? And we're going to their
waterfall and how they cleanse and clear and stay aligned.
This is such an honor. I mean, I'm kind of freaking out about it a little
bit. Which is kind of part and parcel of the deeper understanding of the eagle condor
and March
prophecy.
We just started, right? Today, talk about that law of instantaneous manifestation. So just today, we're already in that energy of the equinox because of what's happening. Tomorrow, we launch the viral event, right? Get in there tomorrow, noon Pacific time, right? Tuesday, Soul Mirrors, we begin the full moon, diving in intention. Thursday is the full moon. I mean, and then we have the Friday moment to really anchor, and Saturday we go. Yeah. So this is not an accident.
No, it's all flowing. It is all flowing, and there is a orchestration afoot.
There is an orchestration afoot, and we have no idea what's going to happen. So Bria's going to be there, hopefully, so one of us stays on the ground.
For you.
And we will, next week, this show, we will have the live footage, because we're not going just for us. This is part of the greater what's going to be happening. I'm sure there'll be footage that will be exclusively over at the WWA site. And I believe for anybody that will have registered, you'll start getting this kind of, what's happening. We're kind of like in pre-production, and we're going to have a whole back, an energy where if you're already registered for the event, you can start seeing all this other stuff. So get in there tomorrow, noon Pacific time.
Yeah, we look forward to connecting with you there.
Yeah.
The thing to remember in all ways is that you have choice. And so often we forget that if we don't take action, we don't receive as fully as we could.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there is a wonderful grace factor involved that all beings are receiving gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say yes and you take action, you open up. Or as my buddy Reverend Ike would say, go down to the ocean of abundance. Are you carrying a thimble or are you carrying a bucket? Because the ocean will give you whatever you want to fill. You know, so go with your bucket.
So dive in, right? Fill you. Receive the flow. That's this year.
And this
right?
is about saying yes to this entire up-level wave. This is a crescendo that you can sing with.
All right, I'm singing with her. We had so much more to share, but I've seen all these phone lines and people have been holding on forever. And so let's go right ahead over here to the phone lines. And I'm just going to begin at the beginning right here. And hey, I think this might even be Gary. Gary, is that you?
Hello.
Namaste, Frank here. How are you guys?
Well, we are loving you, Gary. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Loving the show. Loving you guys. I just can't stop writing poems. I thought I'd share one with you guys.
Well, what a wonderful way to start us off. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's called Miracle Song.
Oh, I love it.
The very first breath, the miracle begins. Angels singing the miracle blessing into fruition. The blessing to the planet and family has just begun. Feeling the love in the miracle the angels just brung. The angel song sung. The miracle's begun. Like the miracle song is being sung. Heard by the miracle who just begun. But felt by all in the room, witnessing this miracle song and light just beginning to be sung. Sing, baby, sing. Our songs are being sung. Love, Gary.
Oh, Gary, we love you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Wow. Thank you.
And thank you guys. I love you guys very much. So much. Thank you.
Thank you for always being the flow. We love you so dearly, Gary. Many, many blessings. Namaste, honey. Wow.
Namaste. Love you guys.
We love you, honey. You know, I do want to share that. You got to love that you were singing. You were singing, and then as we went in, and then Gary wanted to read this poem about singing, you know, and about the angels singing and everything that's happening today. And this is that law of instantaneous manifestation, that flow, that co-creative beauty of our community. You know, this moment of incredible expansion. Shri, where are we going?
Well, I happen to notice here on the call board that we have a caller from the Czech Republic.
All right, let's say hey to the Czech Republic. We were just showing that picture of Prague earlier. Hey, Czech Republic, namaste.
Hi, Frank, Kira. Can you hear me?
We can. You sound great.
It's me, Nadia.
Wow. Hey, guys. This is the famous Nadia.
You know, I was just so taken aback by you reading my email, and then I was called to call, and I thought it's already a miracle that the email was read, but let me see if another miracle can be pulled off.
Oh.
And here we are, and I love you guys so much, and how are you?
Oh, well, sweetheart, we are loving you. Yeah. Shri, did you want to share?
Yeah, no, it's, I just wanted to acknowledge your love, your outreach, and your sharing of that beautiful energy in the sky. And life is what we make of it, is it not?
Right.
And let's make miracles.
And sweetheart, you know, as Shri is sharing that with you, I do want to share that I love that picture. And I love that you were saying yes to you. That's really the miracle. You know, first of all, that it got to Shri and I, because we get a lot of email, but it was the sincerity, love, and presence, right? So when we embody sincerity, love, and presence, we are the walking energy of miracles. And that incredible picture is captured so perfectly and so beautifully. And I love that it's coming to us from the Czech Republic, and it came to us from the moment that you were awake and said, this needs to be shared because I am as you are. And that's why you got through today. That's why you were guided to call. That's why our connection is flawless. It's like you're sitting in the room with us. Because, my love, it's your time. It's really your time. And so remember that February is a choice month and that the universe is talking to you. It's time for you to fly. You are the lioness. You are that beautiful, beautiful phoenix. And we celebrate with you and thank you for reminding us all as well.
Much love to you, dear.
I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And I hope and pray to see you very soon in person. I cannot wait.
Us too, honey. Us
Thank
too.
you for everything.
Mwah. We love you so
dear.
much, sweetheart. Namaste. Wow, that's just so great, right? Are we not loving that? And I hope you guys all saw that picture earlier. If not, you got to go back and watch the replay of the show because Nadia had sent us not only a stunning email and her own recognition, but that right after she had that recognition, this appeared. And that's what you and I are also sharing today is what happened with Blavatsky way back at Tosa Ranch, New Mexico, and what happened literally today, guys.
Yeah.
Literally today. It's been a massive day. And then, of course, we're blowing up electronics. We had that funky stuff with the camera earlier. It's a big, that retrograde is going to be what? Remind, free mind. Remind, free mind.
And the dimensionality, we're circling back. You know, we were called very clearly to bring forward with the updates of the energy and the applications to consciousness of the Avesa quantum healing techniques, and that includes the Avesa balancing, the energy healing, which is so simple and easy to learn and so valuable, and then it moves on with quantum clairvoyance and the Avesa medical intuitive training. All of these are in a beautiful flow this year that you can join in and anchor your professional healing practice while also anchoring your vibrational rate in a frequency of divine love.
Right, because it's about the healer within.
Yeah.
We are at a moment right now where we are all healers. And if we've ever had a moment where the third dimension has said, hey, activate your healing molecules, activate your higher healing. Shri and I have had many opportunities where we could have been exposed or had a COVID experience, and we have not contracted this. And I'm not saying that we have some magic bullet other than what we are witnessing. And among all those that are around us is that the level of consciousness that meets this virus is affecting the way this virus manifests. Right. And those around us that we have seen that are carrying high consciousness have moved through the process of COVIDing very, very quickly.
With greater ease than most.
And has brought them to greater ascended presence.
Yes.
And having lost a brother to it, I can absolutely validate level of consciousness in that case, along with lack of care of the physical form. Because that's the other thing. Over a year ago, we were inspired to not only really own the reverse aging that was happening, to let go of our own disbelief of it and just dive into it. I was very much called that I had to get my physical body in peak shape. And I'm in very good physical shape. My resting heartbeat's in the very low 60s, and I work out an hour a day every day. I actually have muscle. You know, we are in that moment. But there was a greater force that was preparing us. This is part of those ascension symptoms. This year, really physically attending to your body is an ascension symptom. And I want you to take that in. Because the body has come forward as the governing guide, and it's testing you. It's like a child that's saying, look, I know you're in charge now, and I get all that, right? This is because we've allowed that sacred union and the mastery over soul. But I'm still here, and I'd like a little of this. So how about I give you a little of this, right? It's how we respond. And that's why, again, this week, it's very much going to be remind, free mind, and how we meet that as we are. And can we put up one more time the up-level calendar? I just want to give you a quick reminder, since we showed it in the very beginning of the show today, that we are right now, you see where we're heading, 26, 27, 28. This week is actually all about Wednesday. It is going to be the day, you see where it's the breath. It's the breath that's breathing into form that which has already been, that is coming back around again on the 28th. It's that moment of diving into absolutely letting go of that which would stop you from knowing your infinite nature. And it is a self-intention that brings us into that full moon, which prepares us fully to step into that incredible Mercury retrograde of remind, free mind.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, when we are dancing with the energy as opposed to being daunted by the energy, we get expanded.
Very
our
much
joy
so.
gets expanded, our happiness and our ability to serve all get expanded. And I have a little reminder of this right here at our studio desk. I want to share this.
If you could see our studio. Is he beautiful? Don't we love our dancing Ganesha? And these, you see these? These were from our most recent trip when Shri and I went to Bhutan and then had our unexpected 8 days in India that became probably the most magical 8 days we've ever had in India. So and this was made for us.
Yeah,
and was given to us during that time.
It was. And so the remover of obstacles,
is dancing.
The one that can dance through the seeming despair.
Right?
And is an inspirational moment to remember that you are that.
Yes, you are.
Let's
you
dance.
are that. Yes. And so as we are in this January experience, remember that right now it's an experience month, but we are in a choice year. And in February, the first choice is made. And this is why the first choice is Shri and I offering you the blessing of joining us live for a couple Saturdays from our Atlantean Healing Chamber Healing Room here at Tosa Blue Mountain Live, to let us offer you the blessing, the attunement, and the absolute freedom that comes from saying yes to allowing the healing energy of Avesa into your life. Mm-hmm. Whether you're a professional healer, whether you're doing it for yourself, this is that moment where we are being called to activate. And we're even including a bonus teaching you how to give these remotely. And we're also including a bonus at the WWA Summit. We will be given an additional experience that all of you that will be with us in February will get to hop into in March. And so I invite you with all our heart and soul to go to shriandkira.com. Check out the mastery journeys for the year, but at the very least, join us in February for Avesa, because it is the heartbeat of humanity and it is pulsing right now. And give yourself that gift. Just give yourself that gift and be there. And Shri, speaking about giving themselves gifts, we have such a huge phone line going on here. And so we've got a hand raised over here at Eureka, California. Hand raised. That usually means I've got a question for Shri. Hey, Eureka, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing great. You guys are having so much fun. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see what you guys come back with pictures, mountain meat and mountain.
Right. Is that blowing your mind? It's blowing my mind.
It's phenomenal.
Right?
My question for Shri is under the right shoulder blade, right at the nervous system. Through the navigating inner matrix, I've discovered where I kind of self-sabotage and the layers, and I've been using the eraser practice. Yay, hashtag Monday Magic. Everybody should go to it.
I love you.
I have lots of synchronicities, but I'm thinking it's like the color red that I need to work with to really kind of just like filter everything out. It's red and gold at this point, but I've got color everywhere, and I would love to have a mini soul reading around that too, if possible. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Angel.
Well, I'll tell you what, there are multiple ways to be with that which the body brings forward.
Oh, yeah.
And while working with colors can be useful, my favorite is working with breath. And so I want to speak to that and offer you that. Yeah. And that take whatever, and this is for everyone, wherever the body is saying, ouch.
Yeah.
Here's a constriction.
And boy, am I feeling this one. Wow.
Yeah, the right
wow.
is to first, before dealing with the body, move into your heart. Breathe in and out of your heart and anchor the peace that comes when we open our heart center. Then send the breath to the body part that is wanting more love and light, because all pain is a call for greater love and light, so that whatever is tight can be unwound. And breathe in and out and breathe around that body part. And use your breath to soothe, soften without asking anything of it. Just, I'm here, I'm offering this breath of light to you. And then listen. And I'm going to leave you there for today. We're going to do more of this when we get to WWA and in terms of how to go deeply, but I don't want to put everyone asleep either, because you need to...
So join Avesa.
Yeah, because that'll be part of what we're teaching.
Yeah.
However, I just want to say you can work miracles through your breath. Yeah. And after you have connected with it, if there is a color being asked for, of course, go with that.
Ooh, and yeah, and as you're breathing that up, I want to share with you that I'm having a hard time sitting. And the reason I'm having a hard time sitting is I was connecting with everything that's happening, especially where it is and how it's coming in. Down, actually, really low in your spine and working up even a little bit more toward like the lower half of the spine. The ascended Kundalini right now is like really preparing. And that's why that's why there's that red there, and I see the gold. And it's like they're going in two different directions. You got the ascended Kundalini going in one direction, you got this gold kind of dipping in, right? And so what they're saying is, breathe me together. That's why the breath with Shri, breathe me together. And then it's like feeling the two come together, and I'm watching them go, whoo, right out of your crown and right back down, so much so it's tickling. And then it does that again, and it's like this breathing it in, and it's like out. And they're saying that you are breathing into creation, that which you have always wanted. The question is, have you really looked at it from the bigger picture? Because there's more, and that you know that. And so this is why the tightness here, because it's like a wing. It's like one wing is open and the other wing is like, hey, I'm ready. And so your balance is in front of you, and that's why it's all here. So thank you for being here and reminding us all of that today. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you,
Namaste.
honey. Namaste. Yeah, wow. All right, well, I'm definitely feeling that. Hold on one second, everybody. Move your spine if you can. This is part of that you and you. That's the energy of this week right now, is that the physical body right now, and do you feel that? The physical body is dealing with an entirely new electric frequency. So your nervous system, we've talked about this years ago, and I think it's important to bring it forward again because we are at that moment. The nervous system, why do you think there's so many things that attack the nervous system? Yeah. The nervous system prepares you to ascend or keeps you from waking up.
There's a very interesting sharing here that I'll offer to you, and it's really for those that are going to want to participate in the Avesa Medical Intuitive Training.
All of you, I know.
Because there is so much happening. But the reason I'm sharing this widely right now is the frequencies that are bathing those who have said yes to awakening are resulting in new symptoms. And picking up on what Kira was sharing about the nervous system, I recently had a client, and as I was scanning the nervous system, her nervous system presented as if she had multiple sclerosis. And there's a whole technique for defining that. But when I went further, I looked at her vibration, I went back and touched the nerves energetically. What I saw was not multiple sclerosis, not MS. It was a challenge in the myelin sheath around each nerve, meaning imagine you had a short in a wire and the insulation is dripping off.
Right?
There's a worldly metaphor. The sheath around her nerves was impacted by the quality of the current going through that wiring system, basically. And that as rather than stop at the first blush going, oh, there's a problem in the nervous system. No. There was a challenge in the nervous system to carry the frequency she had said yes to, and it will resolve. And that was the piece of being able to take and look deeply at what is presenting as a symptom that medical science would normally drug it versus saying, let's work with this so that it can resolve naturally.
Well, this is what Blavatsky calls the essence.
Yep.
That in order to get to the essence of that which we are, it's the relaxation and the recognition that you must have science, religion, and philosophy all in the same bucket to be able to break free of the limitation of the mind of this experience. If you're just all science, you can't break free. If you are just all religion, you can't break free. If you are just all philosophy, you cannot break free. But when you can look at the totality and the necessity of the whole, this is that balance, then consciousness soars. And I just want to say I really believe what you and I are creating right now with Sensimag. Mm-hmm. And we got a lot coming out around that next month, but I just wanted to pop that in there because this is an organization that gets it, that gets that consciousness can't be a missing piece. It needs to be the piece that brings the other pieces together.
Well, and what the beauty here is that Sensi Magazine is for the cannabis industry.
Sensimag.com.
And what they're bringing forward is the recognition that the medicinal understandings of the plant medicine, together with the need for society to move out of a fixed paradigm, is a call to consciousness.
It's actually a call to consciousness. And look at the timing of what's happening. We are at a convergence that is unlike any convergence that has ever been, that is going to challenge everything you have ever believed. Yeah. And starting this week, this 30th, when we are up with Alexander in his home, in his world. It's remind, free mind, remind, free mind, remind, free mind. Own it, be it, let it liberate you. I am. Shri, should we liberate a phone call?
Well, yeah.
All right, let's liberate a phone call. Let's go up here to California. It looks like, I'm not sure, somewhere, maybe a valley somewhere in California. Hey, if you're from California, say hello and you'll know if it's you.
Hello?
Hey, it's you.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that my sister introduced me to you guys, and I just want to say thank you because I love watching your videos and using your website to help me on my spiritual journey. And I just would like a mini soul reading, please.
Well, thank you. And first of
and
all,
good for you.
And thank you to your sister. I mean, that touches my heart so deeply. It really does. So yeah, thank you just for being. And I do want to share with you that as you were connecting, what I was seeing in you is so pretty. It's really pretty. It's like this, I want to get the color right. It's not pink. They keep saying rosada. I live here in Ecuador. It's like this beautiful, here rosada is like a rose color pink. It's beautiful and it's fragrant. And I'm watching these little dots of that as you speak. All of your crystalline DNA is like sparkling. It's all in your auric field right now, and it's all over the place. It's really cute. But what's interesting is that your crystalline DNA is like, it's not that it's not there. It's like it's not connected. It's almost like a connect the dots. It's like, okay, I'm connecting this and I'm connecting this. And what they're saying is turn around and dance more, because the joy that's before you is just beginning. And they're saying that as you really let the smile get bigger, the dance will have more depth and the ignition, a greater gift of joy. Wow. And they're saying that this bountiful rosada, these beautiful, like rich, deep pink roses are carrying you forward right now. And it's beautiful because you're in this like beautiful, like a swan boat, like this white swan boat who's alive. So it's like you're sitting on this huge giant swan who's kind of smiling at you. And it's this beautiful, like sapphire blue little reins, and it's just kind of winking at you like, you don't need these. And you're in this beautiful, that color kind of outfit. But the river is these rose petals. And they're saying, why shouldn't it be amazing? Why shouldn't it be everything you ever wanted? You deserve it.
Yes.
And so it is.
Much love.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Namaste. Wow. I'm really in that. Are you? Oh, and look who showed up. Now, wait. Look who walked into the studio, guys. We didn't even
Opened the door.
That door was closed. Wow. So here is that lion affirmation, and that came in during our beautiful caller. So, hey, you got a lot of lion going on there. I'm loving it. Hey, this is Merle. So as you can all see, let's get his eyes, right? Our gift from the mountain that the Kenyari feel is a reason why this feral cat has now become the most lovey-dovey cat you've ever seen. And I don't know if you saw his little tufted ear there. He came with that just on that one side. All right, Sri, where are we going? Looks like we're going to New York.
Well, yes, I think we are. But before we do...
Before we do, tell me.
Before we do, I just want to remind you that we are at the moment where... I'm repeating myself, but I just feel called to do it.
Please do.
Make your choice.
February.
Make your choice.
February.
Make your choice.
Remind, free mind.
And when we make a choice, we need to invest in the choice with action and momentum. And that means invest in your growth, invest in your education, invest in your
time, your energy. That's, what is true investing? It's where you place your attention. And that's why I also love Rev Reich, because how many of you are still looking at others, or others are looking at things, and you get jealous, or you get caught up, or you get preoccupied, or it triggers a victim cycle? Yeah. When you see something that triggers you, then why not, hey, that's for me. Mm-hmm. That's for me. And that is the Rev Ike moment. That's that Blavatsky moment that says, look, I get it, and I am here.
Yes.
Right? I am ready. I am open. This is the moment. It's about you and you. That's the key.
Whatever another being demonstrates to you that you feel would be valuable, you can also do it.
Exactly.
There is no exclusivity.
You have no limitation. Competition is the greatest illusion. The minute you realize there is no competition, wow. Seriously, competition's an illusion. There's room for everyone and every being. You just have to know it.
Yes.
There it is.
And trust it. So
right?
Make
Let
your
go
choice,
of that.
Take your action, and join the party.
Let's join the post. Joining the party. Okay, all right, we're going to New York.
Looks like New York.
Hey, New York. Welcome to the party.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Namaste. Welcome.
Hi there. Namaste.
Hi, Angel.
Hi. How are you? I love you both so much. Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
We are loving you.
So, I had a question on the Avesa. So I am trying to see which one is right for me. And I see there's something called Avesa energy, and then there is the Master's journey.
Exactly. So thank you for asking, because if you're asking, your heart's calling. So here's what's happening this year. This year, Shri and I, under the insistence of the Ascended Realms, are offering the up-leveled energy of all of our programs. So there are 3 ways you can join us. There is just the Avesa Healers, which begins with this Avesa journey in February, but then goes on to really claim that the Avesa medical intuitive pieces and really guide you through that journey. There's that. You can do that. Or there is the Art of Ascended Living, which is all of the mystical journeys that are being done. Or you can do all of it together and save a discount. Now, I know it's a lot of choices, so I'm glad you asked. The last thing is you can just register for the February Avesa if that's where you want to begin. And then if you decide you want to continue, you can adjust your tuition to
you can apply
still
that
get the discount.
To the big journey.
So it's your choice. You can lock it in. The only thing you need to know is that on the healer's journey, that has a limited number of students because of the incredible one-on-one experience you get with Sri Lanka. So that's the only thing is that piece could no longer be available just because we've got too many people. But that's the key of saying yes. So does that help?
Yes, it absolutely does.
Oh, thank you. I know it's confusing, and there was no other way. They were so... My poor husband, my husband put all that at our website. He loves us so much because we had all the archangelic realm, we had the ascended masters, and we're like, oh my God, people are going to be confused. And they're like, trust us. And I'm like, okay. So thank you for asking.
Yes, I thought it's better to just ask.
Yes,
And
thank
if
you.
you have any message for me, please.
Oh, absolutely. Shri, would you like to begin?
Well, what I want to say to you is that your power is here to provide an example for other beings. And I'm not sure how you're doing that right now, but I do want to encourage you to come forward as the mentor that you are.
Yeah.
And if we can support that emergence through the teachings and the coaching that we provide, then please join us, because it would be our pleasure to work with you.
And I want you to breathe in that what's going on around you right now is really quite amazing. I'm seeing what looks like, the only way I can describe it is a spiral. And it's very like this, like very crystalline-y. And it's like it's rotating around you. And then there's another one. So this one is more like it starts at the feet, kind of like the Cosmic Esina, who teach all healing begins at the feet. And so it's kind of beginning at the feet. And it honestly looks like a spiral of like crystalline stars. And it's just kind of spiraling up around you. But as you gaze up, and they're saying as you hold up and claim that which you are, right above you, right here is this massive golden spiral. And what I'm finding so powerful about that is that today, during the little break between the two segments, we started talking about mastering the living ankh practice. That energy is all around you right now. And what that means is that you are getting ready to activate and up-level into the ascended presence of that which you are if you choose to stabilize that. You're right on the threshold of February. That's the choice month. With all my heart and soul, learn, if you don't already know, learn the living ankh practice, do it. And when you arrive in that position that holds us in that eternal life posture, breathe in that Ave, exhale the Saw, and allow yourself to really hear what you are receiving, because you have opened up a greater channel than you're even aware of, and you're adapting to it. It's part of that nervous system adaptation. So you hold such a big role. Thank you. Thank you for who you are and what you're doing. I really bow before you, honey. Many blessings.
Much love.
Thank you so much. I look forward to your guidance.
Oh, we love you so much, sweetheart. Mwah. Many blessings. Oh, my heart is so full. Shri, is your heart so full?
Yeah.
Wow. And again, spine, guys, really pay attention to the spine. We are in this moment of incredible up-level energy. This week, again, can we put up those flows one more time? I want to show the 2021 energy flow again, because the 2021 energy flow is showing you right now. It's saying, look, this is the first cycle completing. And you see, we dip into the eye there. So remember, we're all the way dipped into that eye. And now it's like, remember, it happens like a I don't know if you guys can see can they see this at all? No, but Shri, can they see this if I do that? Okay, so if you can see, I don't know if you can see the mouse. So what I'm doing is I'm starting at the eye. I'm going down all the way and out around the January, coming back up around the top where I have to go through the eye to start February.
It's as if it's a figure eight energy.
Exactly, it is. And the only thing that holds the figure eight is when we remain in that 0-point energy generator field of the Taurus. And this is that steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust. And I do want to share with you that miracles do come true. Go to tomorrow, noon Pacific time. Let's show the world we care. wwaglobal.com. This is the moment we've waited for. Tomorrow at noon. And if you have not yet become one of the amazing beings that we join with every Monday night, why? I mean, come on, give yourself the blessing. Join us at Monday Magic. Go to ShriAndKira.com. We are currently living an ascended life. You can join for as little as $1. 100% of our donations feed a lot of hungry people and sustain our Indigenous outreach programs, including Clinica Linda. Give yourself a gift and also gift others at the same time. We are this, are we not? Are we not all now saying, yes, this is the moment of our divine presence?
Wow. So true. And it's so important to remember not to be deluded by the delusion. because the world is continually emanating that which is not going to sustain your upliftment,
Exactly.
but rather sustain a different paradigm. I'll leave it right there.
Woo!
that we emerge through. We emerge through density. We emerge through hardship. We emerge through all of the seeming resistances, because those fields of resistance are like the pressure that creates the diamond.
No, I love that.
And you are the diamond. You are that magnificent shining light that is emerging through all the stories, all the misidentifications, and the limiting beliefs that you weren't enough.
So let's take in a deep Avesa breath, because it is the heartbeat of Avesa. It is the Avesa. It is the information that is pouring through us infinitely, that is igniting this balance, that is calling in this moment. And so, Shri, would you guide us? Let's do
Absolutely.
a closing Avesa breath today.
So let's take that big breath in. Let it out with sound. Now we're going to do it again. I want you to think so clearly. Ave on the inhale and Sa on the exhale. Let's synchronize. Here we go. Sa. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. And you shall be guided. Trust. Beloved ones, it's been our delight to be with you. And as you are here, so are we. We look forward to being with you again
Tomorrow,
very soon.
Tomorrow, Monday Magic. Join us tomorrow at Monday night. Be there this Tuesday. Very special Soul Mirrors, extraordinary show, really preparing us all for this full moon that's going to bring us to that Mercury retrograde. Remind, free mind. Join us. It's a big week to stay together.
And as you breathe the Avesa, may you discover for yourself that all is truly well.
Thank you for joining us at Shri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more information at shriandkira.com. See you next week.